Hey guys, how you doing? Dan here. Well, here we are on this 4th of July. It's a beautiful day up here in the Sierras. I'm not going to be celebrating until tonight, so I thought I'd take this chance and come on up here to the Sierras, and particularly this one place I'm at right now. I have one of my other volunteer team members is doing the camera today, Valentine, and it's nice up here, guys. Starting to get a little warm. Anyway, what I'm doing here today, I've been wanting to come back here for years, and there's a particular significance with this one particular place. And what it is, this is the place where me and G was doing research for quite a while. Right behind me, right down in this canyon, it's a couple of 100 feet down. Right down the bottom is a river. It's called the Middle Fork. Very secluded, very prehistoric. And be quite frank with you, probably not many human beings have even seen it down in here. Probably, maybe goes back as far as the miner days, if that. It's pretty remote out here. Anyway, what the significance of this place is, it's 7 years ago, in April of 2012, me and Garland came down here. It was early in the morning, and we went down this canyon right here. You drop down about 200 to 300 feet. It's a hell of a job getting down there, trust me. Anyway, back in April of 2012, down in this very spot, down in the bottom of this canyon, right off the river, is where we saw Sasquatch, male species, coming down the canyon from this direction at about a 35-degree angle, coming down parallel. And we were sitting to the right of me, right off the river at the bottom of the canyon. And I turned to my left, and when I seen this being coming down the canyon, at first glance, it looked like some fella all dressed in black. And I sat there and I thought to myself, no way, man. No way somebody's coming down in this direction. This is no way. It's, as you could tell down in here, I mean, this is what you call some thicket pines, man. And we got a variety of different types of trees through here, and it's just plain thick. But anyhow, so this being is coming down the canyon. As a matter of fact, I was really disappointed in my video. I posted it in 2012, which was called the Bigfoot sighting. And what happened that day was I had a malfunction in my camera. When I went to grab my camera to film him when he was coming down the canyon. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. If I would have caught that on camera, it would have gave a whole new phase of what they really are. Because I saw him as plain as day. And this guy, like I said, he was a male, all covered in dark hair, had no hair on his face, about 8.5 feet tall, and about 600 to 800 pounds in body weight. Now, when he was coming down the canyon, he didn't notice us. not until later, like maybe a couple of minutes later. So as I watched him coming down the canyon, I knew right there and then, this is no Homo sapien, because human being ain't gonna be strolling down that canyon like this, man, like it's like a Sunday walk. And I'm telling you what, this guy he was cooking it down there. He was cooking it down the canyon. He got to the bottom, and he went behind some thickets and some shrubs. In that video that I posted in 2012, the Bigfoot sighting, the one dark area that I'm kind of concentrating in the film, that is him. He's right there. Now, my camera wouldn't engage, and when I got it to engage, he already finished his coming down the canyon. That's when he went behind the shrubbery. Then about that time, that's when he stuck his arms up like that, and you could see from his elbows up to the tips of his fingers. And at that point, I finally got the camera engaged. The problem was, he was behind the shrubbery at that time, so in the video that's what you see. Then all of a sudden, at first I had no video. Then when I got the video working, then I had no audio. This was a brand new camera. Brand new batteries. So, and of course that was kind of a mystery that day of why everything was malfunctioning. So anyway, I have not returned to this spot in 7 years. So I thought today on 4th of July, me and Garland was going to do this anyhow. And I decided to stop here, return, revisit. And because of the fact there was no narration on that video that I posted in 2012. So that's why I'm giving you a little narration of what happened that morning. Now the other thing is, now we observed and viewed him for about, I would say about a good 10 to 12 minutes. I put my camera down and I picked up a pair of binoculars. I was looking through my binoculars. Garland was looking through his. There was a clearing about up to here, from the ground to here, and I could see from here to his feet. And I'm talking, his calves were probably about that big around. I could count the hair fibers on him. And basically he was laying in a semi-squat position majority of the time. And he would move to the left and to the right, like this. As we were observing through the binoculars, all of a sudden, it was like a blink of an eye, this guy was gone. Like he just vanished. Now, I know he just didn't disappear because of out of magic or whatever. I know that's not true. But he did disappear on us, I believe, in a different manner. And one thing I always wanted to come back and finish off that research and figure that aspect of what happened that morning, how he disappeared on us. And I'll tell you what I think happened, because it was right off the middle fork. When you get down this canyon, it's all walled in like this, see? I believe that there's a subterranean entrance down there. And to this day, I stand by my word on this. It wasn't magical that he disappeared. What I believe he did is that he eluded us by going off to the bank side, and I know there's got to be an entrance back in there somewhere, and that's how he disappeared on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and step aside. I'm gonna have Valentine give you a little bit of a view down here. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off. Me and Valentine, we got some things we got to get done, so there'll be some more to this video. I just wanted to open this one up for you guys because like I said, I did want to return back here, and we're gonna go ahead and we got to climb back out of this part of this canyon, and we got to get to the other side. We got to go check our bait, where our camera is. Oh, before I let you go right now, there's something I wanted to say real quick. There was, because it slipped my mind, I forgot. This is to Anthony. Hello, Anthony. You asked me a couple questions. Sorry, little buddy. I couldn't get back to you quick enough. But the questions that he asked me was this. He asked me. He said, Dan, is Bigfoot in Africa? The answer to that, Anthony, is I doubt it very seriously. Wrong type of environment, wrong type of habitat. They prefer much cooler area, much cooler, wetter environment. Okay. Then he asked me one more before I let you go, and he asked me, does Bigfoot live near me? The answer is yes, there is some, but it takes me a couple hours to drive to them. A couple hours to get where I gotta go, and after that, it's all on foot. Boots on the ground after that, my man. Anyway, Anthony, sorry to get back to you quick enough, buddy. You take care of yourself now. Thanks for asking me the questions. Hey guys, we're getting hit by mosquitoes, so we got to get them moving. So anyway, hey. We'll catch you later, all right? I gotta go. You ready? Hey guys, Dan, I'm back. Hey, look it. I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side of the Sierras now, and I do want to say to everybody out there, I hope you all have a happy 4th of July today. And and always remember what 4th of July is really about. Okay? Don't ever forget what it's really about. Anyway. Guess what? Now the bait I had set up here. Well, come along with me and I'm going to show you something. Now what I did is I ran a stringer line up here, which this was up here. Now we're down here. And here's one of the items I left at 8, and they didn't. Right down here, here you go, guys. What I left him here was some avocados. Even though up here in this part of Sierras, avocados don't exist. This was totally experimental. I wanted to know how they react to an avocado, which is what? Basically, it's a fruit. As you can see, they got a hold of it. And here's another one. Right here. That they got a hold of it, and Check this out. Can you see the teeth marks? Can you see the teeth marks right here? Where they bit into it? There you go. Those are teeth marks. Now, I'll show you something else. Check this out. Right here. Now this one here, getting the light. See if I can get the right position. Right there. 3 fingerprints. Can you see them? Right here. 1, 2, 3. And right here, see the bite marks? Now look at this. This looks like the top of the mouth. You see this? And there's your bite marks. They were testing it. I can count, let's see. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight marks of the teeth. But right here, those are fingerprints. There we go. Can you get that angle? There, right there. Can you see them? See that, guys? 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to tell you something right now. That's no bear. Those are fingerprints from a Homo sapien. Otherwise known as my hominins. And look how the mouth is. See, you can see the curvature of it. Should be up in here. But there's your fingerprints, bigger than crap. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay. Now, what it looks like. Now, the ground they were right here. Something was bedded down right here. But they were right through here. And they came through right through here. Now, what I'm going to do, because me and Valentine, this has been a really long day for us. We've had to do some driving, and so I'm going to grab my camera, my trail cam there. I'm going to take it back home, back down to the valley, and before this evening, we'll see what's on there. And hope to God I got something this time. There's no way they could have got away this time. Anyway, at least one thing I do know. Looks like their curiosity got the best of them for the avocados. Pretty evident. Teeth marks. We got some fingerprints on the other one, and plus bite marks. Oh, by the way, I gave Stuff a break today. She's back home, getting stuff ready for the festivities this evening. And on top of that, especially from last week, I'm gonna tell you what, guys. From last week, my poor wife was scared shitless. That's the best way I could put it. It just scared the living hell out of her what she experienced last week. For anybody that has any doubts whatsoever what I am dealing with, you better take your doubts elsewhere, man, because I deal in reality, okay? What was really going on last week, that was the real deal. There was 3 of them. There was 3 of them, and my guess is this: they were probably watching us, hook in this area, because they will watch you. And so by the time we got over to the south side, me and Steph, and actually I was checking out another pine tree because I left some avocados there. One they kind of interested, but not quite interested. But I guess they went for it again, I guess, and they did take one of them. So, and the reason I do this too, guys, is because I'm constantly doing a check on their intelligence level. These guys are smart. Remember, these guys are part Homo sapiens. Anyway, and what the deal was last week, when I was checking out the one pine tree, Steph she heard the first one walking around. She wasn't quite sure what it was, so she started calling for me. When I got up to her, I stopped. We both listened. Then I heard it. And so anyway, about that time, I started going a little bit closer to it. Then I heard walking coming. It was going to my right, as well as then it's just to the left, and that's where stuff was. It was to my left. Then at that point, I knew there was 2. You can't be in 2 places at the same time. Then there was a third one, which came up to the center of me. This went on for a while. This went on probably about a good about 5 to 8 minutes before I even started filming. That's when I grabbed my camera and then I went right to it. And I was hoping I'd catch the audio of them walking, which I did. And anybody out there that didn't hear it, turn your sound up because it's there. I guarantee it's there. Anyway, there was 3 of them, and what they wanted to do is they wanted to get past us, and probably to get where I'm at right now. And as you could tell, they made it. On the other side, on the south side, me and Valentine, we just left over there as we hiked in over here. I believe they got a little upset that day because, man, they made one hell of a mess. They had crap all over the place. But anyway, so I asked Steph if she wanted to come out up here today, and she said, no, thank you. She says, I need a break right now. And actually, that made me feel kind of good in a way because, you see, Steph, she was not a complete believer in what I was doing. And she was the type, I got to experience something before I even believe it. So she's been like that with me through all these years. And when I started bringing her up here, she started getting some experiences. The one last week that myself, I wasn't really expecting it to turn out that way. That was that's kind of rough for somebody that for an experience like that to handle. It really is. I don't care who you are, man or woman. It doesn't matter. You can't even imagine what it feels like until you actually experience it. So that's why I gave her a break, and she took her break, and God bless the woman. She, in fact, it got so intense at one moment, because in actuality, this all went on for about a total of about 15 to 18 minutes, which I filmed 12 minutes of it. It got so intense at one time. At one time, I thought one of them was going to rush me. And if you notice when I filmed that's when I started backing off, and I think I mentioned it was making me feel a little nervous. One of them was literally felt like it was just going to literally rush me. When he got to that palm, he stopped. I had Stephanie get in the vehicle and stay in the vehicle. I didn't want her out at that time. It was getting a little too intense, and I didn't want her to panic or freak out on me, And I don't think she was scared enough as it was. I don't think she needed any more. So that's why she's home too. She's taking a rest and pulling herself back together, so to speak. Anyway, so Here we go. This is what we got. And right now, me and Valentine, we're tired. And we want to head on back home. And so we can enjoy our 4th of July tonight. So I figured here's a 4th of July gift from us to you. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Be safe. And big salute to all your military personnel out there. There you go. And you know me, I gotta go. Bye.